Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 most outrageous controversies surrounding the Grand Theft Auto series. So let's jump into this, and let's not waste any more time. Our first controversy today comes from the latest GTA game, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, one of the biggest controversies with this game comes from the mission by the book. This is actually the scene where Trevor has to actually torture someone. This is an extremely insane scene where the player has the option to pull out a man's tooth with pliers. He can electrocute him. He can beat him senseless. And this has constantly been dubbed the most controversial scene in the entire series because torture is outlawed by a ton of different nations around the world. So the fact that it was used in game like this had a lot of people freaking out. And I remember the first time I played this mission, it took me back a little bit. I was like, whoa, did I just pull out that guy's tooth? So yeah, that scene was pretty intense to say the least. And it definitely was one of the most controversial missions in the Grand Theft Auto series. So a ton of reviewers noted that women in the game in GTA 5 were mostly treated and or played as strippers, prostitutes, long-suffering wives, humorless girlfriends, and goofy new age feminists, and felt that the satirical representation of misogyny legitimizes it. Responding to the backlash about the critical views of women in the game, wider discussions opened up about the role of women in GTA 5 and the community defensism towards the criticism. However, other reviewers cited as treatment of women as stereotypical. Sam Hauser of Rockstar Games felt that the development team sometimes overlooked their portrayal of women in Grand Theft Auto games, but that the weight towards male characters fit the story we wanted to tell. And what's interesting about this is in December of 2014, Grand Theft Auto 5 was removed from the shelves of Target due to a petition accusing the game of glamorizing violence against women. Controversy number 3, cuts, changes, and the 9/11 effect. So prior to the initial release, several modifications were made to the game. And while changes are frequent during game development, the changes of Grand Theft Auto 3 were noted to be around the time of the September 11 attacks, which led to speculation that some changes were motivated by the attacks. Now on September 19th, 2001, Rockstar delayed the game's release by 3 weeks, citing the attacks as an influencing factor in the delay. Everyone had someone who had an uncle or a brother who was impacted by the attack, who was then the president of the distributor of Take-Two Interactive, Paul Eblier. So one of the big changes that was made shortly after 9/11 was the color scheme of the police cars. The original scheme of blue with white stripes was changed to a black and white common design to fit several other police departments located throughout the United States. Another cut to the game is a character, Darkle, a revolutionary urchin who vowed to bring down the city's economy. However, the biggest change probably occurs in the original artwork for the game, which is significantly different from what we see right now. Now, it turns out that this change actually became the signature style of the series, as Rockstar wanted to make sure it wasn't too raw after the 9/11 events. Overall, though, they've stated that only the game is about 1% different, and once again, that biggest change was indeed the cover art. Controversy number 4, no prostitutes in Australia. So this is one of the biggest things with GTA 3 and GTA Vice City is the game was portrayed as controversial and the media wanted to know what was going on. So the game ultimately became banned in Australia shortly after its release, with a censor version released later on. One of the key reasons for that game's ban was that Rockstar Games failed to submit the game to the Office of Film and Legislator classification. So once Rockstar finally submitted for classification, it received a MA15+, and the only thing that was changed was the ability to pick up prostitutes was immediately removed. And the same thing happened in Vice City, where the ability to pick up prostitutes had been disabled. Controversy number 5, in November 2003, Cuban and Haitian groups in Florida accused Grand Theft Auto Vice City of inviting players to harm immigrants from the two nations. Rockstar Games responded by removing several lines of dialogue from the game. This seems to have largely satisfied the groups who raised the complaints, although the case was then referred to a state court, downgraded from the initial decision to refer the case to a federal court, and in 2004, a new version of the game was released, removing and changing those lines of dialogue. Controversy number 6, mothers against drunk driving. So the organization Mothers Against Drunk Driving sharply criticized an in-game option that allows players to drive while intoxicated and called for stricter rating on the game that would effectively ban its sale in the United States. This game was Grand Theft Auto 4. Now this group said drunk driving is not a game and it's not a joke. Drunk driving is a choice, a violent crime, and it's also 100% preventable. Now Rockstar did respond to this statement by saying, "We have a great deal of respect for Mothers Against Drunk Driving's mission, but we believe the mature audience for GTA 4 is more than sophisticated enough to understand the game's content. When attempting to enter a car while drunk in-game, the main character, Nico Bellic, will remark that he shouldn't drive drunk, and the player is encouraged to call a taxi instead. In addition to being extremely difficult to drive a car while intoxicated, in-game police will pursue the player if they are seen driving while intoxicated." To me, this is another situation where this group apparently thinks people that play video games won't be able to distinguish the difference between real life and the game they're playing. Controversy number 7, Glenn Beck. So Glenn Beck is a conservative American talk radio host who used GTA 4 as an example to make wider claims about the use of violent video games in the U.S. with the U.S. military. He made claims that the U.S. military uses first-person shooting games to desensitize soldiers to killing. Now, this is not the first time we've seen something like this where Grand Theft Auto is blamed for violent crimes, but this is one of the first times where a prominent major news host has said Grand Theft Auto is being used as an instrument to help train soldiers to not, feel as burdened when they're killing other people on the battlefield. So that was crazy and sparked an absolute ton of controversy. Controversy number 9, Little Lacey's surprise pageant. So on June 16th, 2008, British newspaper The Sun reported the presence of an in-game internet resource in Grand Theft Auto 4 called Little Lacey's surprise pageant, which is available on the in-game internet. Now, this fake site was supposed to be a child pornography website, a parody of that in-game. And when you arrive on it, it displays a message from virtual authorities saying it has been closed down. It warns anyone caught looking at it will be investigated and features the warning, "We see it all, we know it all," which is similar to the quote, "Don't think you can't get caught, you are not anonymous," found at Grokster.com. So the Sun had an issue in this because they thought it allowed players to act out their character as a pedophile. However, no missions in the game allow players to act out the role of a pedophile, and neither Rockstar Games nor Take-Two Interactive have issued a statement regarding the inclusion of this content in the title. This is just another one of Rockstar's dozens of fake sites in GTA 4, and typing it into a real internet browser redirects users to an official website for the game. Controversy number 10, Grand Theft Auto strikes back against Jack Thompson. So in a video I did a couple days ago, I told you guys about Jack Thompson. This guy doesn't like video games and he doesn't like Grand Theft Auto. So Rockstar was not very pleased with Jack Thompson over the work he's done over the years, and on March 14, 2007, Take-Two Interactive filed a lawsuit against Thompson in Florida in an attempt to preemptively block him from trying to declare its games a public nuisance. So this is important because it would be a crime to sell games declared to be a public nuisance, which would effectively ban it from the United States. And then on April 20th, 2007, both parties agreed to drop their respected lawsuits, and under the terms of the settlement, Thompson is barred from suing to block the sale or distribution of any future games published by Take-Two or any of its subsidiaries. Basically, Take-Two Interactive shut down this guy pretty quickly as they didn't want him constantly saying how basically Grand Theft Auto should be banned. However, things get weirder because on April 25th, 2008, almost a year later, it was reported that Jack Thompson had written a letter to the mother of Strauss Zelnick, the director of Take-Two Interactive. Now, in the letter, he strongly criticized the game, Zelnick, and his mother, and Thompson called Grand Theft Auto a murder simulator. Now, what's so weird about all of this is neither Take-Two Interactive nor Rockstar Games have made any comment regarding the matter, and Thompson claims that he sent the letter to Zelnick's lawyer, not his mother, and that the letter was formulated as a parody intended to induce feelings of shame in Zelnick. This guy is so weird. What the heck is going on with Jack Thompson? This guy just needs to go outside and just forget that video games exist, because he does not belong in this realm whatsoever. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. 10 of the most bizarre and outrageous Grand Theft Auto controversies that we've seen over the last 20 or so years. Let me know which one in the comment section down below you thought was the most strange. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA create 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.